Okay, so this chapter is from Matthew 16. The first story starts with Pharisees and Sadducees trying to make Jesus look bad, but then they fail because you can't make Jesus look bad. It's just not possible. And the other one about the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees, Jesus tells them to be careful and be on their guard against the yeast of Pharisees and Sadducees. The disciples were discussing about what this could possibly mean, and they thought that Jesus meant that they don't have enough bread. And Jesus tells them, "You have such little faith. How can it be about bread? He can multiply food." And the examples of and he talks about the examples like feeding of the 4,000 and the 5,000, about how he was able to multiply food, and he was actually talking about be on their guard for the Pharisees and the Sadducees, because they are rising power and everything, and you have to just be careful. And the other story is talking about Peter's confession of Christ. Peter asks, Peter asks, who do people like? Jesus asked his disciples, who do people say the Son of Man is? And they reply, some say it's John the Baptist, others say Elijah, and still others say Jeremiah or one of the prophets. And then he challenges his disciples, asking, who do you think is the Son of Man? And Simon Peter answered, you are the Son of Christ, the Son of the living God. And Jesus was really happy with the answer, obviously, and he tells him that he is correct and that he is actually the Son of Christ. So not Son of Christ, he is the Christ. So he told everybody, all his disciples, not to tell anybody that he's the Christ. And then the next story talks about how Jesus predicts his death. Peter just doesn't understand, because he thought, no way, he's Jesus. He can't possibly die. Nobody can kill him. And Jesus calls him Satan. He told Peter that he has to die because if it wasn't for that, then we wouldn't have eternal life and everything. So the first story, just thought, I actually said what I thought about the first story. The second story, the yeast of the Pharisees and Sadducees. I just thought that you should have more faith in God, and just don't have no faith in God, because he is too awesome.